welcome to Movie News, where I'm going to be telling you everything that has been going on in film this week. Okay, Moviepass, you're going to make me talk about you again. So like we all know, Moviepass loves to change their policy week by week, and this week, here is the update. $9.99 a month, 3 movies, that's it. Probably still no blockbusters. They did also mention that they're going to be stopping peak pricing for the time being, but that is right now the final price. $9.99, 3 movies a month. Or you could just double that and get 3 movies a week from AMC. We have an update on the James Gunn situation with Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Dave Bautista, who plays Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy, replied to a tweet questioning if he would still be in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. And this is what he said. "I will do what I'm legally obligated to do, but Guardians without James Gunn is not what I signed up to do. Guardians of the Galaxy without James Gunn just isn't Guardians of the Galaxy. It's also pretty nauseating to work for someone who'd empower a smear campaign by fascist cyber Nazis. That's just how I feel." There's also word that he might just resign and ask to be recast for this film if they do not at least use the script that James Gunn originally wrote. And I think this might have actually worked a little bit, because there are rumors right now that Disney is going to at least use the script that James Gunn wrote for the 3rd movie. Whether or not he'll be hired on as director again, it's looking like that still isn't the case, but the cast is standing up and they're very firm in wanting him to be a part of this project. So a film that everyone has been talking about being released this year is the new Aquaman movie. This week, director James Wan confirmed that in Aquaman there will be no other characters from Justice League. I personally think this is the right decision to make, because Justice League needs to focus more on origin movies, kind of like Marvel has been doing. Because let's be honest, Batman and Superman was not successful. Justice League wasn't even that successful. I'm hoping that Aquaman can succeed by making his own movie in the same way that Wonder Woman kind of had her own time. We're just going to have to see what happens, because I know there's going to be more news surrounding this movie. Let's look over at our main story today. Like you may have heard, the Oscars made 2 major announcements this week. First, they announced that the show this year is going to be pushed up to 3 hours to allow more room for categories. They also announced one new category that is causing major controversy in Hollywood. That category is most popular film. So most popular film, they don't really give a description of. Everyone's kind of assuming it's going to be whoever makes the most money. A lot of other people are assuming that this is just kind of a way to give Black Panther an award, because it honestly probably wouldn't have won Best Picture anyways. Whether or not those rumors are true, I am still predicting that Black Panther will win this award. Do I think it deserves this award? Probably not. But if we're going to go on most popular film of 2018, people are probably going to agree that that's it. As of just yesterday, it was confirmed that Ben Schwartz is going to be the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog in an upcoming movie. Now, if you're not familiar with Ben Schwartz, you'll probably recognize him most from Parks and Rec. But this Sonic movie has been one that has been in talks for years now, and so it is exciting to finally get some progress on it. Recently, it was announced that Jim Carrey will play the villain Dr. Eggman, and Jim Carrey also announced that his character will be live action. So right now, we're looking at CGI characters mixed with live action characters. So I'm curious to see how this film will go, but I am very much anticipating. Looking over some new movie images this week, we have the first image of Margot Robbie playing Sharon Tate in the new movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. This is the latest movie directed by Quentin Tarantino, and it's going to tell the story of the Manson family murders. If you do not know much about this story, I would suggest just staying away from spoilers. With Quentin Tarantino, you kind of have an idea what's going to happen in this movie, but I think the surprise will be much more worth it if you don't know going into this movie. About a month ago, we saw the first image of Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt, and with a cast like this, I am very excited for this movie. Another image we have is John C. Reilly and Steve Coogan as Stan Laurel and Oliver Hardy. Now, if you're not familiar with these 2 actors, they were a comedic duo back in the early stages of Hollywood. The movie is called Santa Ollie, and it's coming out next year, and I have a feeling it's going to be a hit. Let's move on now to box office numbers. As I predicted last week, Mission Impossible did hold its spot at #1 at the box office for the 2nd week. So the question is, can it hold a 3rd week? I'm really not sure. There are a couple movies that are premiering this weekend. We have first The Meg, which is the latest shark movie. There's Dog Days, which I really can't tell you anything about this movie. There's Slenderman, which is based off the video game. But the movie that I am most anticipating this weekend is Black Klansman, directed by Spike Lee. In my opinion, this is going to be the best movie that comes out this weekend, but I don't think it's going to break the box office. If I had to make a prediction, I'm going to say The Meg is going to take #1 this weekend, but if it doesn't, I think Mission Impossible could still hold its top spot. Another movie to look out for coming out this week is Crazy Rich Asians. Now, this movie is coming out this Wednesday, which is an unusual release, but surprisingly, right now, it has really high ratings. It's still in the early stages, so we'll see how this does, but I was honestly surprised, because by the trailer, it didn't look like it'd be a hit. So obviously, it won't count for the box office this week, but next week, it could very much take #1 spot. So that's all we have today for movie news. If you like what you saw, please leave a comment, start a discussion. If you have anything you'd like to hear me talk about, please let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.